big on your name. Welcome to the Philly Uncensored. Welcome to the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. We here back again after this. Well, you know what it is. Like, subscribe. Where we at? YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Twitter. What else? Did I miss something?
You good?
Nah, you good.
Had to throw the plug in there. Yeah, we here after an overtime win against the San Antonio Spurs. What's the end of the score? 111 to 113 with a game winner by none other than Ben Simmons with the tip in with no time left to win the game, an overtime game.
Before you get started, y'all ain't give me the memo.
What's the memo?
I got hats and I don't got one. That's kind of whack. But go ahead.
Hey, look, man. Listen. Yeah. Go ahead, Ethan. Ben, I got a whole lot to say.
Ben would. The Sixers beat a depleted Spurs was missing 4 starters. Took it to overtime, man. It was Friday. They got a great coach in Popovich. You know, the only one that came to play tonight was, 2 people came to play tonight. Joel Embiid, and hats off to Seth Curry. Was he 5 for 5 or 6 for 6 from 3? He made up for all them bad shooting nights because, man, we needed him. We needed everything he could give us tonight. Absolutely. Tobias Harris struggled. Ben struggled.
Offensively.
Ben struggled. Tobias struggled. So, you know, we needed Seth. We needed all of them 22 points that he can give us. Oh, Dwight played good too. So there's only 3 people that really played good tonight. It was Seth, Joel Embiid, and Dwight. The rest of the team struggled, and we got a back-to-back tomorrow long game. I don't know how that's going to affect us tomorrow, but let's get into this game. Who first? A lot to talk about tonight.
Listen. See, this is why the last game. You know what? I'm not even going to start. I'm not going to start. I know everybody know I'm the president or co-president of the Ben Hate Club, but I'm not going to start. I'm not.
You got a game winner tonight.
I'm going to say this. I like the game winner. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to play nice. The game winner was huge. He actually got some huge charge of offensive foul calls against San Antonio.
Yep.
Late in the game, which was some solid. I will say this about offensive fouls. Those are good plays, but I don't care what nobody said. I don't care what nobody say, expert or not. I don't care. That's not defense. It's a great play, but it's not. It's not defense to me. Like I'll one of them dudes. First of all, I can't stand our announcers. That's a whole nother topic.
Oh, them dudes is the worst.
Terrible. But he he was like, showing why he's once again the top player or making a statement for himself about defensive player of the year or something like that. I'm like that don't make defensive player of the year. You taking some charge. It'll make you defensive player of the year. Now I will agree he played great defense down the stretch overall on a dude who was hot. I can't even remember his name. The boy who was lighting us up for a minute. For San Antonio, who was balling. Ben played some great down the stretch of defense on him. But the charge, it's a good call. It's a good play, but it ain't defense to me. I don't care what.
Well, what do you call it? It's exactly what it's called defense.
It's a good play.
He's getting to the spot before the offensive player is able to make a move and get to that point. You're stopping somebody. That's called defense.
Anybody does that. I saw.
It's not anybody.
I saw Livingston off the Bulls years ago make a career off of doing that. A whole bunch of corny Bulls and the Bulls just jump in front of people and stop and stand there and get ran over. That's corny. That's corny to me.
But y'all hype Kyle Lowry when he does it though, right? Okay.
No,
that's why everybody hates him for it. They hate him for it.
You never heard me say I'm hype on somebody when doing that. A lot of times people can't stand. Y'all can't stand when Smart do that all the time. That's Smart thing from Boston. He get in front, you get hit. He fall back. He get the offensive foul. Everybody hate it. So it's corny to me. I mean, it's a good play because it gets you the ball back, but it's corny. That's all. That's all.
All right. So you just don't like it.
I know. I don't like it.
That's like you don't like Hart and little
the swipe through. No, that's another.
You gonna go now, Tim, or should I go?
The swipe through. Go ahead.
Well, I think that we know all we need to know. The fact that we had a nice tight game, and the first thing they come on here want to hate on Ben Simmons.
When did I hate on Ben?
No, shut up. Y'all had your turn. I sat there and let you talk.
No, shut up. You're not going to sit there and say they hate on Ben. You're not going to sit there and say they hated on Ben Simmons.
You just did. Y'all just sit there. Y'all went on a whole diatribe about. We didn't talk about how Tobias Harris only scored 6 points.
Hold on.
No.
I'm going to ask you a question.
It's my turn. It is my turn to talk. I sat here and let y'all talk. I sat here and let y'all talk. Now I'm talking.
I want to ask you a question, though. I'm going to ask you, what did I say?
What?
You saying I hate on him? What did I say?
Y'all just went the whole thing talking about Ben Simmons plays defense. Y'all just went. What was the whole point?
Go ahead, just make your point.
My whole point is,
I don't even know
like I said, to me, okay, that's like if we talking about Dwight Howard had such a. So who was playing the defense on Deng, the backup center? Who did he have a career high? Because Deng sure enough put up a lot of points, but we don't talk about that.
Joe Embiid was.
Oh, Joe. So Joe was getting.
Do you want to talk to me now? Or you want to get your point across?
No, actually, I'm talking in general. I'm not talking to you because we already know what your hate is about. So that being said, the last game we were told that we were being homers because me and Tim said how Ben had a good first quarter. I'm not saying Ben played horrible on offense this game. I'm saying that, but. And Ephraim came and stole my point because Ephraim and Ethan was both hating on Ben Simmons the whole thing. See, Ben trash. This was they was doing the whole fourth quarter and overtime. See, Ben was getting cooked. Ben was getting cooked by Rudy Gay. Ben was getting cooked. But when I bring out that Ben was the one that was sticking the guy that was their leading scorer in the fourth quarter, and dude didn't get no shots off, and the 1 3-pointer he got off was a brick. And when Ben was on Rudy Gay in the overtime in fourth quarter, Rudy Gay missed. But he was attacking everybody else. But I'm still not saying Ben Simmons won the game. I like the fact that I like that Seth stepped up this game. We needed his offense because Tobias was struggling and Ben was struggling. And Danny Green has been struggling lately. So I like the team aspect of when it still shouldn't have been that tight. We should have blown this team out.
Wow. Do you see? Wow. This is what Ben brings out. I didn't even hate on Ben. I didn't even hate on Ben.
Let me get in.
That's why Tim had to argue with y'all from the jump because y'all was starting to hate on Ben.
Can I get in there?
Go ahead, Tim. Explain us.
All right. Actually, Wayne, I think you came in hot.
No, I came in hot because they tried to jump in and cut me off when I was talking.
But I was listening to Ethan. Ethan really didn't. I don't know if he was being sarcastic, but he's like, Ben got that game winner. He really didn't come in hating on Ben. Ephraim tried to a little bit, but he said, I'm gonna start. You said I'm gonna hold back. I'm gonna stop myself.
Real quick, Tim. I want to let you fit, but I want you to know. See, because in the WhatsApp, not on the Polo, they was in there with Brandon and everything else, and they was hating on Ben the whole fourth quarter in overtime. That's why I came in like that. So go ahead.
But I'm just saying. But as far as the podcast, they didn't come. Ephraim stopped himself from doing it. But here's what I will say: Ben did struggle tonight offensively. He scored no points in the first half. He only had 3 points in the entire game up until the last second of the game where he scored that final 2. That's unacceptable. And the reason that all the practicing that you're doing during the game, before games and in the off season is for you to play in game and use your offensive skills. He won't do it. So it may be a problem, as y'all been saying in the playoffs, that it's going to show it's going to raise his head, which it did today. So we were fortunate because we was playing a team that only had one starter. But I am concerned because if the lane is not open, and Popovich is a Hall of Fame coach, he's the best coach probably NBA of all time. So he knows players. He knows how to work the players that he's using, and they just made sure they give Ben no lanes whatsoever.
They didn't. Let's before we go somewhere else, let's get into the game a little bit. Why? What's going on? I know Doc talks a lot to me. He says a lot of things that he just spits out there. Like he said, Maxey would play in the playoffs, but he didn't play like the last 2. He played like 3 minutes the last game. He didn't play at all this game. I mean, like, what's going on with the Maxey minutes? See, to me, and you see, now is prepared for the playoff rotation, and Maxey's not in there. So I don't think Maxey's going to get any burn in the playoffs. You see Mike Scotty in there either. So I don't know if I like I'm not comfortable with our bench rotation. I'm not comfortable with the production at all, man. And I know in the playoffs, the starter's going to play more minutes, but I'm really not comfortable. George Hill, he did a nice job tonight, though. He did a nice job. But I'm not comfortable with that bench rotation.
We, in my opinion, we're in trouble. I mean, we talked about this, and we're gonna get into it, the possible matchups we're gonna face. But out of the big three teams, which is Sixers, Nets, and Milwaukee. But keeping it to this game, I mean, you got weird games like this throughout the course of the season. I mean, we was up, and these young boys just fought their way back into this game and just kept clawing and scratching, and then we just had dudes missing. Toby was selling out hard. That, I mean, see, when Wayne bring up Danny and all them, like, all right, Danny to me, I look at Danny a little different. I look at Danny like what you get is if you get something, that's what's up. But I'm not really looking for him to give you nothing. I'm looking for Toby to give me something. I'm looking for obviously B, and I'm looking for Ben at least to give me his 15. So the way Ben played tonight was to me a very, very irritating. It was irritating, especially when like it was a couple times I actually saw him. He could have made a move to the basket and he stopped and kicked it out to Danny, and Danny was bricking. This is, first of all, KYP, know your personnel. If you know Danny off, sometimes it's best to just take it to the cup. Like, why do you keep kicking out to these dudes? Even if it's a semi-open 3 year, you want them to eventually get in the rhythm, but you wasn't even taking no shots. Ben Simmons, like, he wasn't even taking no shots. So go to the cup. Like, stop this dumb stuff you keep doing. Not keep doing, but you did tonight. I say you did tonight. But it is a pattern that he likes to kind of kick and all that kind of stuff. But I was a little shocked that he only took a total of 6 shots. He was 2 for 6. Like that.
He was 1 for 5 from free throw too.
And maybe that was kind of holding him back from going to the lane. He didn't want to stink it up at the free throw line or something. But I mean, Wayne is a little bit right. Wayne came in hot in the pod. We was doing a lot of hating on Ben in the not on the pod, but in our personal chat. But it's frustrating. It's frustrating because then I come on here, I speak my frustration, and then dudes want to jump in the comment section like, yeah, y'all the president of the Ben Hating fan club. Y'all don't know basketball because y'all hating on Ben. He play a role, blah, 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 blah. What y'all got to say now? I want one of y'all. I'm begging. I'm searching the comment sections like Birdman rubbing his hand, waiting for y'all because I'm coming in there hot. I'm like, y'all see how Wayne came in the podcast? That's how I'm gonna come through the comment section. All y'all boys be hating and trying to give Ben all this extra love.
Ben
when the hate that I'm giving him is
he got game winner.
Today.
The hate that I give him is
all right. Well, you let him go on too much of a time.
All right.
No, I ain't done yet.
Well, yes, you are.
But I mean, but real quick, this is the biggest part of it, though. The biggest problem is we talk about
Wayne and Ethan greedy.
Huh? How am I greedy? I just read. Did we not go Ethan, Wayne, Tim? So Ethan, Ephraim.
I don't know. I got to rewind the tape.
No, I know.
We got to rewind on a rewind.
I know. But go ahead, Tim. I'll go after you now. I'll let
it's
you.
Ethan's turn.
But
Ethan
that was
go.
the way that it went. But go ahead.
Ethan ain't go. It's Ethan's turn.
No,
Ethan did go. Ethan
I'm
went.
agreeing. I do agree with the way that Ben played. He struggled. Here go Ethan. He struggled.
Let me make sure mine's is mute for Tim have a connection.
He struggled big time, but Tobias, we can't have Tobias and Ben struggle on the same night. That's the problem. And this was a bad team. They only started one. It was one.
But Ben didn't really struggle. He didn't even really attempt. Like 2 for 6 to me is not enough shots for you to say.
But you're saying, but he went. His biggest problem was he went 1 for 5 for free throw. If you're shooting free throws, for the most part, you are taking. They don't count as shot attempts though. So you're saying. So that's what I'm saying. If you're saying that. He stunked it up from free throw, and that's my biggest pet peeve with him.
Yeah.
This is my whole and this is my whole thing. What I've been saying ever since the Nets made the trade: firepower. Mm-hmm. If you watch how San Antonio played Joel Embiid, that's what he's going to see every game in the playoffs. Every game, I promise you. They're going to come doubling, trapping, getting the ball out of his hand, and they're going to make Tobias and Ben Simmons beat you. That's what you do when you got to start, when you got only one really superstar on your team that can beat you. You got to make Toby and Ben beat you.
So
that's what you're going to see during the playoffs.
Or the shooters got to knock down the shots.
Let's be honest. They didn't do that a lot all season. They didn't do that. They didn't.
What are they first? Are they in first place?
It was certain teams.
Are they in first place?
That. Yes.
Or did it work? Did it work during the season? When Danny Green was hitting open shots, Tobias was hitting open shots, did it work?
Hold on.
Listen, let me get through my thing. The way teams play you in the regular season, they're not going to play you like that in the playoffs.
You just said they're going to play him like they just did tonight, and they
because San Antonio was doing it tonight. And certain teams, you ain't seen this every game, but you've seen this every now and then. Teams that jump on B, double and trap, and get the ball out of his hands. But in the playoffs, he's going to see that every game.
But everybody don't play great defense. You're accounting like the Nets going to come out and play this great defensive scheme against Embiid, like they got Popovich as a coach, or they have those defensive players. That's the only point that I'm making.
What defensive players do San Antonio got? Name one.
You just said they got
name
Popovich.
Name one great defensive player San Antonio got.
I agree with Ethan. Listen, it ain't about defensive players. It's about double teams. They going to throw double teams at San Antonio. For one, you got to remember Popovich. This is why he's a great coach. He almost play every game like it's a playoff game. he the one who actually really set the blueprint for what dudes do to Steph Curry now. And one of the reasons why Cleveland won that finals, that 3-1 comeback, because that's the same defense that Popovich used in the middle of that season, not in the playoffs. In the middle of that season, he dropped that defense on Steph, and that's the same defense Cleveland went to, and they end up beating Golden State in the playoffs on the 3-1 comeback. But my point to that is, when these teams scouting you and all they have to do is scout you and play you for the next 7 games, oh, trust me, he's going to see that defense. And he's going to see that defense.
We get to scout those other teams too. But here's the one thing y'all got to remember. We led by 10 after the first quarter. We led by 10 in the second quarter. We was up by 17. We were doing well. We put our foot off the brake. I think we all was thinking, you know what, this game was won. I think the players was thinking the same thing. And
I never felt that way. I
think the players and the coaches felt that way. And that's why that's why we struggle. I mean, if we play this team another 10 times, we're gonna win probably 9 out of 10.
We the better team.
I'm not going to give them that excuse of saying that they thought they won it. It was a horrible game. It was a horrible game, but it was played. It was a hard.
Their mindset didn't come in like.
You can't say that, Tim, because you were talking about how you was expecting us to mop through all the rest of the game and go undefeated. And when I told you,
do you think they got up for this game?
What'd you say?
Do you think they got up for this game?
Do I think what?
Do you think the Sixers got up for this game?
Ben said they want to win all
with a big lead in the beginning. How did
Ben said they want to win all the rest of the games.
How did they come out in the beginning, Tim?
They didn't get up for this game.
He wasn't. Well, how much was we up in the beginning? We didn't come out and jump on their necks from the jump.
That was talent. That was just talent.
Yeah, but you're talking about somebody not getting up. I'm not buying it. You can't say that because you were sitting there saying that the Sixers going to beat. They're going to kill all the rest of these teams because they're so much better. And this is the point that I was making. It don't go like that.
You said that,
but that's not.
So don't use that excuse now. You just said they going to walk through the rest.
They are going to beat everybody, but now they realize they actually got to show up and play.
So now they realize after this game.
Hats off to Matisse. Hold on, let's give Matisse props before we get past. He had a great block in overtime.
What if you thinking you was going to play all these top ranked players, and then you up there with the misfits, and you like, oh, we're going to mop them.
Then you know what they should have did. They should have did what they did against the Hawks when the Hawks didn't have their starters playing, and they jumped up on them, and then your starters could sit back and chill since you got to play the next night.
I'm
not giving them no pass.
They kind of did do that a little bit. A lot of their lead was for a loss through the bench. When the bench came in, a lot of that lead evaporated.
What, when Dwight was in there playing against Dang? I thought he was killing B.
No, that's not true because in the first quarter, the bench when Dwight came in, he's up 6.
I'm not talking about the first quarter. I'm talking about the fourth quarter. Okay. He was up like 10 points. By the time the starters got back in, that lead had evaporated down to like 2 or 4 points or something like that. So the bench, if you look at the court miles was -11, plus minus. Hill was -3, Thibault -5. So the bench was the one who lost.
Who was the White?
The White was he was 5 points. The White was
plus 5?
Plus 5. The White was a +5. So I mean, the majority of the bench is what lost that lead when they got in there. Because like Wayne said earlier, Korkmaz, he ain't played good. He had a couple plays here or there that he made, but overall, Korkmaz was he made one play, 1 for 7. 1 for 7. Korkmaz was the one layup I saw. I thought he had 2 of them or something, but
no, that was it.
That kind of goes to Ethan's point that he was making about Matisse. Why are we not seeing Matisse? Korkmaz was off, Danny Green was off, and I'm cool with Danny.
You mean Maxey?
Well, yeah, my fault, Maxey. On the nice one, when Danny is off, you can't tell me Matisse couldn't have came in there and played some of those minutes that Maxey. My bag again. You can't tell me that Maxey couldn't have came in and played some of those minutes. I was saying Thibault though, Matisse Buzz in the fourth quarter, Danny Green wasn't hitting nothing, and they was blowing past him. But he finally did put Matisse in, and like Ethan said, Matisse got that block. But in certain this is my biggest problem with Doc and what I gotta look at with him in the playoffs. Like I said, I think that they have a lot of pieces, but he got to make the moves at the right time because you don't got these like lock him in like Seth not gonna come out and cook every night. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have off nights with Danny and Ben and all these guys. He got to learn how to when to rotate that.
I gotta tell you, I think I would get Maxey. I will put Maxey in the rotation over Shake right now. I don't like how Shake been playing, man. He was all right tonight. He was 3 for 6 with 8 points. But man, he don't look the same from when he started the season. Or maybe it's me.
No, I agree.
He wasn't, but his last few games, he ain't been bad though.
Let me ask y'all this though. After watching this game, and after watching an earlier game of the Bucks versus the Nets, are y'all still as confident about the Sixers going into the playoffs?
I am.
No, yes. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you why.
Let me say this real quick. Go ahead. You know what? Let you get into it because I got something to get off my chest.
I actually think, in my opinion, I'm more concerned about the Bucks than about the Nets. The Bucks are a bigger team, and the reason why I'm saying the Nets because the Nets right now, I'm not sure about James Harden. They say he's gonna be back, but we're not sure. He got a hamstring or something. That thing could linger for a minute. As the teams are consistent, as they are structured right now, I'm more concerned with the Bucks. They got Giannis, Middleton, Lopez, and what's his name? Drew. Any one of them dudes could give you 20, 25 at any given moment. And who do we have outside of B and Tobias that could drop that type of points? Ben, could he? Once in a blue moon, but I wouldn't trust him in any given playoff game to come out and give me 20, 25. Lopez could do it. Giannis obviously could do it. Middleton could do it. I'm sorry. Giannis. My bad, Mar. Giannis could do it.
And, Did you say Giannis?
And Holiday could do it. But this is my concern for me. I'm more concerned with Milwaukee than anybody right now.
I kind of had that same sentiment earlier. But here's the crazy thing. The boy Thibault, I'm gonna go back to Thibault. If he actually became a two-way player, we wouldn't even have to worry about a lot of issues that we have right now.
See, this is your problem, Tim. You get caught up on what you think these dudes, and you be hoping, just like you did with Ben. You like, yeah, he gonna come back with the wet jump shot. Stop. They are what they are. Thibault is a defensive player, and
I see Thibault has a shot. He actually can get better. He's taking shots. Ben won't take them.
I'm gonna tell you this though. After watching that Milwaukee Bucks game and seeing what Giannis was doing, it really made me dislike Ben Simmons right now because he was the one.
I hate him.
Him and LeBron. He was getting compared to him and LeBron. They was like, look at Giannis. Giannis is shooting jumpers now. Giannis is shooting threes now. Giannis was hitting threes and jumpers and everything. You know why? You know why he's hitting them? Because he's shooting the ball. So he had 49. He had 49 tonight. That's so irritating. So what you say, Wayne?
So you think this is what Giannis is going to do in the playoffs, hitting those threes and scoring that?
We got to see.
So when it's Giannis,
hold on, Wayne. You asked me a question. I was in a tirade. We got to see, but we know Ben ain't going to do it.
Well, what do we know about Giannis in previous playoffs?
We know he's going to shoot him.
But has he not? But has he been hitting them like he did tonight?
This a new year.
But this is my issue, and I get what
because
you're saying.
You get better when you do it.
Okay, so did he get better last year with the other 2 years when they was the favorite?
He's getting better this year.
He actually did pretty good last year. Not the year before last.
He got hurt last year.
Remember they went up 2 games against Toronto before Toronto came back and swept them. But Giannis he stepped up in them 2 games. Then
so he got swept.
They didn't sweat. So he
was up 2 and then got swept.
Yeah, they lost 4-2.
All right. So like I said, that's all I'm saying is if we're going by the previous playoffs, listen. All right, first of all, I just wanted to address what Ephraim was saying, talking about like who else going to score. You want to put Lopez up there as a 20-point a game scorer threat. He averages 12 points a game.
I said he can.
Okay, and so can Seth. And so has Danny Green has scored 20 in a game.
Okay.
And so has Ben Simmons. So has Tobias.
I could probably guarantee you Lopez has more 20-point games for his career than Ben Simmons.
Okay, but does he have
probably more than Seth?
Okay, you got to show me that one. You got to show me Lopez with all these 20 points of games that 20-point games he supposedly scored.
He dropped last time we played him, how much he had against us? He had like 19 against us.
Ben ain't play.
I think y'all still discounting our defense. We have a nice defense.
They got defense too.
Yeah, they got Drew Howard, one of the best defensive guards in the league.
See, and that when we play the Bucks,
and Giannis,
the key to beating the
Giannis,
Bucks
one defensive player.
We got to play Maxey in that series. That's the key to beating them because the boy Kevin Porter Jr. lit up Drew the other day, and at the end of the game, he was like, "You see how I had Drew skating? He embarrassed Drew because that's how you got to put a fast guard on Drew Holiday." We always try to match him up with a Ben or somebody that's a stiff. He's faster than them and he's strong. But if
you saying he's strong? What exactly did Drew Holiday score against us?
He's a physical player.
What did he score? He scored like 12 points. He scored like 12 points.
Assists too.
He scored like 12 points, right?
He had 11 assists.
Okay. But that wasn't Drew Holiday scoring.
Wait. Defensively, he's faster and strong, so he can stick our Embiids, our Ben Simmons, our Tobias. He could play all three of them. You put a fast guard on him.
He's not sticking.
He struggles.
He's not sticking Ben Simmons.
Yes,
he's not. No, he's not.
No, he don't have to. He don't have to. Ben sticks himself.
No, but why? No, but this. Listen, I like Drew. I like Drew, and I give Drew. I mean, listen, that's just a matter of opinion. I don't see as much. The Bucks have not faced either the Nets or the Sixers at full strength all season. And every time the Bucks play everybody, the Bucks have been fortunate enough to play at home. They get to play at home twice against both those teams and on the road once. And they also got to play the Sixers twice on a back-to-back when they had time to rest. So the NBA I'm not saying that the Bucks is trash and nothing like that, but I'm just like, I'm not all like the Bucks is so great. Like the Bucks had a favorable settings when they played against the Nets and the Sixers.
I agree with that.
But the Nets, to me, the Nets are probably who they. Like I said, I'm not convinced Harden going to be playing all these playoff games. Right now, the Nets are at full strength, according to how their player may look coming to playoffs. This is how they're going to look. And for when I told all y'all, I think I said on this podcast, I don't trust KD in the clutch. If y'all, KD scored a total of 2 points after he hit a shot at 4:45, he hit a 3. And from the rest of the way, he scored 2 points, and that was a free throw. He missed like 4 shots after that. One of them got blocked. So he missed 3, and I think one of them got blocked. I don't trust KD in the clutch. So
out of curiosity, how many points did he score in the game?
Yeah, 42.
Okay. So you going to say that, he didn't score 4 points.
Okay, but who won the game? Who won the game?
Got like 10 other.
Did he lose? Did he lose or no?
You got 10 other teammates. If somebody give you 42 points, you mean to tell me that one of his teammates, Kyrie, somebody else?
Hold on. Yeah, so first of all, Kyrie's was a superstar, right? Second of all, KD's supposed to be, according to y'all, the second best player in the game. Some people say he's better than LeBron.
According to me, you're right.
Okay, so the second best player in the game doesn't score no points under 3 minutes.
The man went he went 16 for 33, 7 for 13 from 3-point land, gives you 42 points, and you like, he didn't score, he didn't get the game-winning shot.
No. I'm not trying to hear that, because when it comes to Curry, everybody got all these high barometers, all these high accolades and stuff he got to reach, and all these plateaus that need to be met. If it was Curry, y'all would have been like, he ain't scored no baskets in the third quarter, but it was in 3 minutes stuff in the game. But when it's Durant, he scored 42. Somebody else need to step up. No, I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not letting him off the hook. I told y'all to book Kevin Durant. I told you. Whatever. I told you down the stretch. I don't trust him.
Wayne, are you listening to this?
No, listen, that's between y'all. You talking Curry.
Hold on.
I'm letting y'all.
We got to go back to this Giannis situation, because Wayne was really trying to discredit his ball. Giannis was 4 for 8 from 3
That's
today.
Not every day. That's not every day.
He shoots them. You have to shoot them to get better.
I agree with that.
I'm tired of y'all you saying I'm discredited. So do you expect him to shoot 4 for 8 from 3 in the playoffs?
I expect him to shoot them.
I don't care about him shoot. Because you're talking about some Giannis did this, he went this from 3, and you're basing his playoff percentage Okay, but do you expect him to shoot 4 for 8, 50% from 3-pointers in the playoffs? Because you're basing the playoffs on this game.
He can.
Does he? More than likely, what is his shooting percentage from 3?
I don't know. But he can. He did it tonight. So it can be done.
The fact of the matter is,
what is Ben going to shoot 4 for 8 from 3?
I don't see. You keep making it about Ben and Giannis.
Because it is.
It is about Ben and Giannis.
Well, first of all, if you're going to talk about it, then talk about the two best players against each other. Bede over Giannis. I'm telling you that now. Bede over Giannis in that series. Bede is the best player overall on the court.
I see both of y'all point, but
that's close though.
I'm taking Bede as the better.
Giannis has better help now.
What?
Yes, he does.
Giannis has better help than
PJ Tucker is a problem.
They got so much better help that they had like a numerous times where they lost 4 straight games. Like they've been on. That's why they're still only in 3rd place. So, they lose a lot of games.
Hold on. Let's do this now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Milwaukee's big 3 of Giannis, Drew, and Middleton, or would you take our big 3?
I'm taking the Sixers big 3. I already told you that. I'm taking
the
Sixers big 3 over them. Yep.
I'm not.
I am.
I'm not. I'm not taking. I like Middleton better.
What you gonna do?
I hate to say this.
No, say it if you go say it. It don't matter.
I hate to say this, but
I'm taking
the only reason why is because I know how the story. It's like you got favorite movies. One of my favorite movies Coming to America, but I know how it ends. I kind of understand how. I know what's going to happen towards the end with Ben Simmons. He has to shoot shots. He does.
So let me see. Y'all keep saying about y'all know how it ends, right? But we're talking about Milwaukee, who's been the best team in the East and played a cupcake in the first round. But then when they play against the better teams, they get put out. And
same thing happened to us.
Huh? No,
same thing happened to us.
We played the better team last year.
We always. I mean,
listen.
You can't use that same analogy against Milwaukee and then diss it for us. Last year, hold on. Last year, Giannis got hurt.
Were we the favorite? Were we the favorite when we lost with the Sixers against Boston either time?
No,
exactly.
No.
We was not
the favorite when we lost to Toronto. We should have beat Toronto. We had a stacked team. Our team was stacked.
Who had home court advantage?
I don't care who had home court advantage. We had the best team in the league
because they were considered the better team.
No, we had Ben. No, we had Ben, Tobias.
The higher seeds.
We had Ben, Tobias, and we had the bull, which we call.
So who was the higher seed?
Jimmy Butler. We have Ben, Tobias, and Jimmy Butler, and B is no.
Who's the higher seed?
Who's the higher seed? 4th. We have
B,
Tobias. It don't matter.
Why don't it?
No, because it don't matter. It don't matter.
That means that team is better, right?
First of all, throughout the course of the season, injuries and people don't play. That don't matter. I'm talking about the game. That's like saying if we got a higher seed than the Nets, you say the Nets full strength is better. So I don't care about seeding. We had the better team and we lost. So I'm not going in there thinking about, well, they lost before, they're going to lose
again. We have a good coach, though.
No.
But this is my point. You're saying that, but my point is, but you say you're not going in and looking at what they did in the past, but you're ready to do that against the Sixers. The Sixers got a whole new coach. But you're ready to say the Sixers did this in the past.
No, I'm looking at
what they're going to do again.
I'm telling.
That's what you're saying.
No. I'm telling you.
I'm saying if you say that against them.
Let me speak my piece real quick. I'm not saying that. I'm saying you can't say that. Because if you're saying that, then you got to look at the Sixers. I'm saying what I see this year, they have a better team than us.
But why I'm saying that is because the argument that y'all are making that y'all seen this before with the Sixers. Remember, I'm the person that said to me is I don't care. I'm looking at this year. I'm going by this year. When we talk about games, I go by this game.
No, Tim said
that keep talking about. Y'all keep talking about what the Sixers did in the past.
No, we don't. No.
When y'all say 1 point in the playoffs, y'all not talking about the past.
That's trolling. But I'm talking about when Tim said I seen this story before. He's talking about he knows the team that we're looking at through this season. The team that we're looking at through this season is the team that's going into the playoffs. That's the team I'm looking at, and I'm not liking it against a tired team like the Bucks. I'm not. So
Tim, let me know what you were talking about when you said that you saw this before. When are you talking? Because Ephraim's trying to put words in your mouth.
You talking about Ben Simmons?
When you said you saw this before, what are you saying you saw before?
Tell him, Tim.
It's just Ben.
But what are you talking about?
Not the team. Not the team. Like this is a different team. We are doing different. I do like the acquisition of George Hill. I know y'all was hating on a little bit, but George Hill is going to be a good contributor toward this team. If we play Maxey, that's a good thing. But Ben Simmons in his role down the stretch, guess what team's going to do? They're going to foul him. And he's going to go to the line and he's going to clank. Because
that's you basing that off of what?
On what I've seen the last few games.
Not games.
Like I said.
Not games. The last few what?
And that to me, that's concerning.
What? Go ahead. What you gonna say, Ethan? The last few what?
Years.
But that's what I'm saying. When Ethan is talking about the last few years, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to
talk
about this
year,
I'm talking about. Hold on, you got to be clear, because when you go back and talk about Milwaukee, I said you can't talk about Milwaukee without talking about the Sixers. That's what I was saying. Now, when I say I seen Ben's game hasn't changed in 4 years.
Thank you.
Giannis
hasn't changed.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't.
Don't come here and talk about because he take offensive charges. His game changed.
Has Giannis' game changed?
Yes.
Since when? He's playing the exact same way he played when he was getting MVP.
No, his jump shot is getting better. He's taking them jump shots and getting better every year. He was taking
jump shots the last couple years too.
And he's missing.
Oh my gosh!
You always talking about somebody living in the moment.
Giannis,
go ahead.
He would be a better player. But
you talking about living in the moment, but you all hyped the Giannis 49 and he shot 4 for 8 from threes and all that. Listen, I'm not saying like the Sixers is. I think that all three of those teams are clumped in, and it's going to come down to execution with all three of them. I think that's the case. But when I'm looking at it, when I look at the coaches, I take Doc Rivers as a coach over the guy in Milwaukee, and I take him over Steve Nash and D'Antoni.
I want you next time we come on the show and Ben has 5 points. I want you to wear a cape and a shirt that says BS on it. Ben Simmons, because you cape for Ben Simmons so hard. It's ridiculous.
Where did I cape for him? See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep talking about where did I cape? I said he stunk offensively. Where did I cape for him?
Because you tearing down Giannis.
Where did I cape for him? No. Yes, I'm not tearing Giannis down. I'm just saying you basing everything. You saying this is my only point. You can't go if do for one that you
hold on, get your thoughts together.
Do for one that you do for the other. If you're going to rip the Sixers for previous playoffs and what the team has done in previous playoffs, then rip the Bucks for what they've done in previous playoffs.
See, this is you getting it wrong. All right, you definitely.
How am I getting it wrong? Ethan wasn't talking about previous years.
No, you definitely playing Captain Saver Ben. I'm gonna tell you why, because
I'm not even talking about Ben. Y'all focusing on Ben. I'm talking about the team.
I'm gonna tell you,
they obsessed with Ben. It's like y'all.
No. My point is, see, Wayne keeps trying to say we're talking about.
By the way, he's never coming on this podcast. But go ahead.
Trying to get a sponsor.
We're talking about
if y'all want.
We're talking about what Sixers and Milwaukee are doing this year, and what Ben has done. Like Ethan said, Ben's game is the same it was this year as it was last year, the year before, So you could talk about Ben in a whole scope because his game hasn't changed. Giannis, you see other players' games have changed and evolved to better games. Milwaukee has a better team now with the acquisition of Drew Holiday. That's why I said to me,
So Sixers didn't make better acquisitions?
Hill ain't no Hill.
I'm not talking. You're talking about Hill. Wait. No. If you're talking about the whole team, you don't think that Seth and Danny Green was upgrades?
Seth is a letdown.
Okay, they're not as good as their upgrades.
Okay,
you gotta be honest with that.
Listen, I told y'all every podcast I've been saying I campaigned for Seth, and I'm greatly disappointed. And
playing well tonight.
About time. And I don't.
Korkmaz's not playing better. So Korkmaz's not playing better than he has been.
He's playing already.
Is he playing better than he has been?
No,
he's not. He's not playing better than he has been previous years.
A little bit. That's
fool's goal. He can't. When we play real teams,
he's playing. Kork's playing better.
When we play real teams, he's going to disappear.
Shake playing about the same that he was before. No. I just thought Shake. I think we thought Shake was going to take the next step up, but he didn't. But Shake playing about the same that he played last year.
Shake is a turtle.
So let me ask you: is the playoffs going to be about Shake and Kork?
It's going to be about Ben, and Toby. And if Ben and Toby play anything like they did tonight, we lose, and we lose big.
I honestly think with all three of these teams, it's going to be dictated on coaching and the way the bench plays too. Because I think all three has the Nets have the better offensive top three. But I'm talking about as in team concept and starters and stuff like that. I think both teams have good starters, have a good starting units. And I think a lot of it comes down to what the bench does when the other players come in.
See, the thing about the other teams, I honestly feel this is where it's going. Why I'm getting a little shoot. If B struggles,
you can't help it. Look at you.
If B struggles, who else is really there to really be able to like, yo, we can rely on the next two going to step up, which is Tobias and Ben. Where if anybody else, if you got KD off, let's say Harden come back, you got Kyrie, you got Harden, you even got Joe Smith or whatever his name is, the white boy shoot on threes.
Yeah, you don't even know his name, Joe Harris, but go ahead.
There you go. You know what I'm talking about. Shannon. I know how I know he shoots better than so he's shooting better than Seth right now. I know that.
If Giannis off, who you looking to carry the 49 points that Giannis dropped tonight that it took him to be?
No need 49. I mean, what you think, Ben? What you think Tobias gonna get 40 to 30 that beat?
No, I don't. But my whole, go ahead.
I'm just saying if Giannis is injured, Middleton could give you 25, 28.
Tobias can't.
Drew Holiday could give you 25. I'm talking about now you got a multiple. That's what I'm saying. You got whatchamacallit could at least give you Lopez. All right, let's say Lopez don't give you 20. Let's say Lopez give you 18. Then you got Drew Holiday can give you 20. You know Drew could give you 20. You know Middleton can give you 20. After Tobias, what do we do? If Beat is off, we're done. We are done for.
Well, I think we have better defense than them too.
I don't know about that. When B wasn't here, we was able to still win a lot of games.
Against who?
We beat a few teams. We beat Utah.
Oh man, stop.
So we didn't beat Utah. We lost. We lost that Utah game.
I thought we beat them. I thought we.
When Ben had 42, we lost.
The second time. Then we win them.
When we lost second time.
We lost without beat the first time, but that's when Ben had the 42, and then we beat him the second time.
We beat was all right. All right, listen, we'll be back tomorrow.
No. Wait, we still
it's a quick turnaround. We'll be back here tomorrow.
So wait, so who is better? So who's better on the bench, right? So when Dwight comes in off the bench, who's even the backup center for the Bucks?
It don't matter. They ain't gonna be on the bench long. It's probably Tucker.
so you don't think that we have an advantage here?
What, for 5 minutes? That bench ain't playing long. That bench gonna be in the game. You're gonna get about 8 minutes off your bench. Tops.
Okay. You're right.
Tops. That bench ain't gonna mean nothing. It's gonna be.
It was a hot one tonight, boy. It was a hot one, and we won. We won the game.
Y'all act like we ain't win the game, but the Sixers actually won 113, 111.
This is a
starters only played 35 minutes, so they didn't even play a full game. They all played 30. The most
35 minutes is still a lot.
Only like 35 is
35 minutes still a lot,
especially for a back-to-back.
But 36
tomorrow to me, this is a moral loss. I don't care how y'all look. It's a moral loss.
I agree.
I don't think B play tomorrow, y'all. He not playing tomorrow.
The victory, and now we have a half a game lead on the Nets, so I like it. But tomorrow we'll be back after Chicago. They got a quick turnaround. They got to play that bench more tomorrow because they're going to be tired flying in overnight.
I don't think B playing. Watch.
He's got to play in order for him to be in the. They said in order for him to be in the MVP race, he has to play at least all of the games except for 2. So if he sits out one, he only allowed to sit out one more game if he sits out tomorrow. But anyway, we'll catch y'all tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Uncensored Philly Sports Podcast. See you tomorrow. We out.
Peace.
Turn it off.
You still